everyone, it's the end of a long day. You know what experts try to tell you? They try to tell you there's no such thing as the perfect day. They say there's no such thing. And everyone's day, there's always something that goes wrong. They say there's no such thing as the perfect day. It's the perfect day for me. It's about as perfect as you could get. I woke up feeling really good. I got a lot of chores done, which I'm going to share in videos with you all. And now I'm just taking the rest of the clothing off the clothesline. I'm going to fold them and say goodnight. In theory, my videos come out at 7 p.m. Eastern time, but by then, I'm calling it a night. I'm tired and I'm ready for bed. In fact, I go to bed at 8 p.m. every single night. Imagine that. I get up pretty early, but not as early as I used to. I'm starting to take those long mornings and not be in such a hurry. One of the things that really had changed in my life is I'm slowing my pace of living. Turning 50 years old last year, that was the best year almost of my life, I could say. I loved turning 50. 50 was amazing for me. I loved turning 50 years old. It was amazing. I had all the energy I ever wanted. And then in January, I turned 51. And that is so far was a turbulent year, my 51st year. I don't know what it was. I guess, you know, all the things that happened to me at the end of the year that were very sad, and my body was changing, and I don't know, turning 51 isn't as easy as turning 50 for me. But what have I learned through it all? Well, I learned these things. When I'm working, I can really work good when I'm up and working, but I don't realize how tired I'm getting until I sit down. And then I can hardly get back up. It doesn't matter how much you weigh or how little you weigh. It seems to affect all of us to a certain extent. Another thing I'm learning is sometimes I can work so hard, like I was when I was in my 20s, that I don't realize that I'm working too hard. And then it's really hard for me to relax. That's why you find me out here tonight. This is what I do every evening at this time. At 6 to 7 p.m., this is what I'm doing. I'm sitting with my chickens. Now today I'm folding up this wash, but normally I'm just sitting, and I spend an hour out here before I go to bed. A slower pace of living. That was something really challenging for me because I'm the kind of person, I don't work slowly. I have to get up and do it in a rushed manner. But I was feeling the effects of it a lot. When I would go to bed, I would have restless legs and I couldn't relax. I just couldn't relax my body. And so I've done some different things, and I'm going to share that with you. I'm still losing weight. In fact, I'm losing quite a bit of weight. Now I am 5'9", and to be honest with you, I don't know what I weighed. At the highest point back in December, I really don't know what I weighed. And I don't know what I weigh now. I just know my clothes are really loose and my pants even fall down. So I know I dropped a couple sizes. And that's okay. I'm not going to look at the scale because I don't need to. It's not about losing weight for me. It's about living abundantly and healthier. I'm finding the older I get, the less hungry I am. And I don't eat near as much. I think in society we focus on too much of what the outside of our bodies look like, and people aren't focusing on what's inside. So for me, whether I was 30 pounds heavier, 40 pounds heavier than I am now, I don't really care about all of that. I care about the inside and what can I do to help me physically, mentally, and emotionally. And that has to do with working towards goals in my life about living a more peaceful and quiet life. The weight loss just happened. I think when I let go a lot of the baggage of my life, the weight loss just started to melt away. Now, a lot of people would look at my body and say, oh, you're still very overweight. Of course, I am very much overweight, but I'm not near as heavy as I used to be, simply because I got rid of the baggage. And in healing, that meant I wasn't eating as much. And so I was feeding my emotions. I was the kind of girl that when things were happy, I ate. When I was angry, I ate. When I was sad, I ate. When I was bored, I ate. And when I was overwhelmed, I ate. I ate. I ate my feelings. I don't do that so much anymore. And I don't make promises and say, well, I'm always going to keep losing weight or I'm always going to look this way, because I'm just living in the moment. And that's what we need to do. Living in the moment. My anxiety is much lessened because I've learned these skills of just taking a break. And so what I do is, which may sound silly to some people, in the middle of the afternoon, I will lay down for 10 to 15 minutes. I don't fall asleep. I lay down, regroup, refocus. And then I get back up and I'm more energized than ever. I go to bed early and I sleep amazing now. I love going to bed and sleeping. I can't imagine not wanting to go to bed because you didn't want to sleep at night. Sleeping has really helped me. But taking a break, walking away from the computer. I think a lot of you have noticed that when my videos come out, there's days where I'm not commenting back simply because I needed a break from the computer. I'm not sitting at the computer anymore. I'm out doing things. I'm out working on things. I'm reading, and I got some really neat video ideas coming up here real soon. My uncle is a published author, and No Crossed, No Crown. It's a really good book that I'm going to be doing some research and studying and reading, and I'm going to share it with all of you because there are some things in his book that are absolutely amazing, because the concept of his book is based on William Penn, the founder of Pennsylvania, but it goes deeper into all of that. I'm also sharing my feelings. I'm sharing all of my feelings. I think for me, I was holding it in, and by holding it in, then I was getting anxiety over it. So I think by sharing it and being open with things in my life, that has really helped. But learning to breathe. And so I take deep breaths every day, throughout the day. I breathe in for the count of 5, hold it for the count of 2, and breathe out for the count of 8. 5-2-8 method, and that really has worked amazing for me. So you breathe in, you hold it, and you breathe out. I'm learning all these things. I'm learning about the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve runs from your tip of your head the whole way down. It goes the whole way down your body. And when you have shock in your life, you know, a sudden shock or any kind of emotional disturbance, that can affect that. And so I'm working on that, and that's really helping. I'm using a lot of essential oils, and I know you guys want me to do videos on the essential oils. I'm going to be doing that here coming up because those are very easy videos for me to make, and they're very full of information. So I use essential oils all the time, all day long. I use them for anxiety. I use them to give me peace and comfort and calmness. I use them for energy. I use them for aches and pains. I use them for everything. So I am going to do essential oils coming up. But I wanted to give you my weight loss update. And yes, my t-shirts are hanging on me. I do have some smaller size t-shirts. I was wearing a 2X. Now I'm in an X large or a large. My pants were always X large, and now I'm wearing large. So I'm not getting new clothes. I did have some clothes that fit me way back. And most of the time I'm here at home, so it doesn't really matter what I'm wearing. So I call them play clothes. You know, when you were a kid and you went to church or somewhere and you were dressed up, how your mom would tell you when you got home to put your play clothes on. I wear my play clothes and it doesn't matter. So I want to thank you guys so much for spending the evening with me. It's a little more louder because it's evening and people are coming home and people are outside more, because most of my videos are early in the morning. I get up early before the neighborhood is awake, and I work on my videos then. But I thought it'd be nice to spend an evening with you all and just take a break and relax. Bye, everybody. Here is today's featured playlist. Thank you guys so much.